very close to me, and that I'm a different person around, like our friend Patty, right? Like I don't swear in front of Patty. I try to be a good person in front of Patty. She's like, "Oh, I saw your little podcast. I was going to listen." I'm like, "I'd rather you not." If you don't mind, I don't want you to. And she's like, "Why?" "Oh, just please don't." Yeah. And then people. It's like we talked about it before. It's not necessarily a fine polished machine.
Right.
My
mom asked about how do I listen to it, and I'm like, you got to sync your phone to your computer and then bring it through. And she's like, I can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Perfect.
Anything you got to put 3 minutes on your microwave and then turn on your coffee machine. And it's like I can't do that.
So on an average, we're getting double digits in the days of listening here. Over the last 30 days, we've had 149 total downloads and 3 live views. Which out of those 3 live views, we got one guy bitching about the sound quality right off the bat. So, and 2 likes. 2 people said that was nice. I like that.
Yeah, and those people obviously didn't listen to it. That's the great thing about likes.
They were just trying to support us.
Somebody said, "Hey, go to my friend's little podcast and write something nice." Okay.
What is that state? Oh, I think this is fun news. You want some fun news?
Sure.
98.68% of our listeners are in the United States. One guy in New Zealand listening, thanks to the New Zealand listening audience today, yep. And then one human in the United Kingdom is listening as well.
Nice.
So that's nice. I have listeners from Bay City, Midland, Houghton Lake, Saginaw, Flushing, Waterford, Essexville, Hope, Akron, Ohio. Akron, Ohio representing in the house, huh? Yeah. And also Holly, Michigan listening in as well. So
nice. No California.
None of your California people.
Good.
Oh, there is one that
no
says
families
other.
Tuning in. I'm safe.
The others probably California.
Could always be a Californian. Yeah, there's a lot of others out there.
A lot of others over there. So people listening on Spotify, they're listening on Apple Podcasts, and then most of our listeners coming here from Spreaker. The nice thing about the Apple Podcast, though, is that if you are one of those weirdos that actually enjoy listening to the show, you can download the Apple Podcast and then just subscribe. And you did it on Spotify too, right, Sean?
Yeah, I have a membership for Spotify. That's how I listen to it.
And then you can you get like notifications that a new episode has been uploaded?
I don't know if I have those turned on.
No, okay. Well, the notifications come through on Apple iTunes. Excuse me, and it just a little hiccup there. That's professional.
COVID.
Hiccups are not part of the COVID epidemic, but
pretty soon they will. Give it a week.
Right. The new sign is hiccups. But what was I saying now before I hiccuped? I got all confused.
Apple Podcasts.
I don't know.
The notifications.
It sends you a little notification on your Apple Podcast. Says, "Hey, a new episode of the Non-Essential Podcast has been uploaded." So download that.
So now that you guys are on day 2 of being bosom buddies, I'd like an update. I'm calling you the Brady Munch. So how's Brady's snacking time going?
I think he's doing it to me now just to be funny, because now I'm just like, what? He'd be like, "Oh, time for a snack."
Is he taunting you?
I don't know, but it's funny to me. It's funny.
I don't feel like he ate nearly as much yesterday as he did the day before.
No.
Yesterday was a relaxing day, and then we had our own little March Madness with the NBA 220K video game on the Xbox, and I'll just let Sean tell you how the stats went and how the finale and who the champion was.
So we have to remind people that Brady is 11. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He eats a lot.
Who played for you? Played Brady first, and you beat him by
40 points.
40 points.
It was magical.
I played Josh next because he beat Brady.
Right, I was the winner, so he took the winner.
Won. I had like a 17-point lead going into the end of the third quarter.
And the Dallas Mavericks, led by Josh Sharrow, came back from the losing team, and
I missed some stupid layup, like really dumb shots. He should have only beat me by like 4, and it was like by, 7, I think?
Yeah, I'll never forget it.
He beat me by 7, but he beat Brady by like 30. I beat Brady by like 22.
Right.
And I went old school, though. I had the 76ers for my first pick.
Then the
with
77ers.
Iverson. And then I went with the old school Chicago Bulls with Jordan when he was wearing the Air Force's his first shoe endorsement. The old
I love
school.
the fact that old school for you for the 76ers is Iverson, where the old school for me with 76ers is Dr. J.
Oh, yeah. I remember Dr. J.
Yeah,
Iverson was
that's
like
old school.
He was
So
my favorite.
You recounting how NBA whatever Slam went yesterday. I wonder if this is what ESPN is like right now. Because no sports.
They got nothing to talk about. They're like, so
let's
yesterday in Bay City, Sean Doyle lost to Josh Charlotte on NBA 2K20.
That's exactly right.
That's it for your sports time, Sean Doyle.
Let's go live to Josh's house.
The crazy thing about that video game is like I'm not a video gamer, so like I have to look at the controller every time to figure out where the X button is or the A button or the B button because I just don't know. But the crazy thing about that is the commentary was so damn good and the graphics are so damn good that it looks like you're actually playing basketball, like watching a basketball game. It was kind of crazy. And then my wife, who's our live studio audience today, because for some reason she thought, I'll wake up before 11 today, she's here as well. But she was watching it, and Brady started playing some other game, and she's like, I'd rather you just play the basketball game. It's actually like we're watching a TV show. The commentary was right on. They started talking about other things. It's amazing.
I wish he'd do football. Brady doesn't like football, so I wanted him to do Madden. But
I pay for this stuff. Like, we can download a Madden game.
Or the WWE. We can have you can like get old school Goldberg, and I get Diamond Dallas Page. Oh, he wasn't WWE.
No, don't be.
I've never been a gamer.
No, I don't.
I am. I'm guilty.
I haven't had one since my first Atari. Honestly.
Really?
And I still have that Atari.
We had we didn't have any of those games when we were growing up. I got a Nintendo 64 from my grandma in Pennsylvania one year for Christmas, and I could beat Cruisin' USA with my eyes closed.
Nice.
And so that was really all I had. I didn't have all them. I remember having Sega. The neighbor next door had a Sega, and we used to play Mortal Kombat on it. That was all. And then there was some sort of weird dolphin game that sounded like you were having sex in the other room if you had it up too loud.
It's just addicting. Like, I remember when I got out of it for a little bit, then I'm get an Xbox 360, see what the hype's about. And I got that, and then Black Ops 2 came out, and I got hooked onto that, and I'm like, okay, this was back when I was married. My ex-wife would go to bed religiously at 9 o'clock every day.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll jump on. There's probably a few guys playing. So I jumped on. And everybody that I was friends with was playing. I'm like, I'm just going to play till like 11. I'm going to go to bed. Be playing. I'm like, man, I better check the clock. It's got to be close to 11. 2:54. What?
Yeah, I never got into it. I think it's cooler now that you can go on the internet and play with your friends across town, but I've never been.
Can we talk about another thing that I got hooked on yesterday that I learned? The G chord?
Are you playing a guitar now?
Guitar.
Really?
I'm starting a band tomorrow.
I'm starting a band.
Doyle's got these like sausage fingers though, and it's hard for him to. You got arthritis or what?
I was single for years,
They're swollen.
and now I'm single again. I've got carpal
strong.
tunnel, and it's not from typing.
Oh yeah. So it's been to speak of the bosom buddies here, as you call them. It's actually been kind of entertaining because it's nice entering. Like it's like getting a new puppy from the pound, and like this one doesn't poop on the carpet, so it's a good thing.
I only did once, but I cleaned it up.
And you can take it back after so many days.
Right. Yeah. We're just like in a foster program.
Right.
He's gonna find
That's
his
exactly
real
right.
family.
Yeah. He's been hit by a car. We're kind of nursing him back to health, and then we'll give the gimp off to somebody else.
Yeah.
Would be more fun if you were playing that Sarah McLachlan song while we were talking about this right now.
I only have John's nursery rhyme theme. I can pull it up on YouTube if you want.
No, I'm just kidding. It's
right now, this podcast is the equivalent of my Facebook Live last night.
No,
boring, huh?
It is
bored.
not. It would
bored.
just be little clicks in the background, and you breathing heavy on the porch for 15 minutes, and nothing
bored.
good happened.
I wasn't breathing. I was holding my breath.
Fine.
For just 40 cents a day, you can have me at your house.
This is such a good music bed.
Look at his eyes. does need love. Okay, I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, one of our favorite, actually our only actual bit here on this show, it's story time with Uncle Johnny.
It's all right. Virus twisted fairy tales. Pat a cake, dirty hands. Wash those little fuckers as fast as you can. Scrub them and scrub them until no skin can be seen. Only then can you get within 6 feet of me.
Scrub the little fuckers. And those, for those of you just joining, once again, it's story time with Uncle Johnny.
Oh, I don't get paid to do it twice.
Say patty cake, not pat cake, like some fancy little British.
It spells
dude.
it out as pat a cake. All right.
Pat a cake.
Patty cake, dirty hands. Wash those little fuckers as hard as you can. Scrub them and scrub them until no skin can be seen. Only then can you get within 6 feet of me.
Very nice.
Very good.
Story time with Uncle Johnny this week, brought to you by Imodium AD, a delicious cocktail you can have every morning.
On ice.
Those are so good. Like I know you think that you're a graphic designer, but that's really your calling, is just writing messed up fairy
Doing
tales.
parodies.
Yeah.
I've been trying to think about how I could actually do like cartoon strips to go with them. You know, like do a little picture with each one. How you do when you open up these children's books and they have the nursery rhymes and they show the cow jumping over the moon and Mary doing whatever she does with her little lamb, but they show the little pictures. And I'm trying to think how I can do that cartoony element, because I think that would be a nice twist on it.
Yeah, I think the one that you just did is a perfect first one. Put it on your schedule today. You got time to work it into your schedule today?
Let me see. I've got time between 10:30 and midnight.
I had time between 10:30 and 10:30 to get it in there.
Yep. I can make that work.
If you get good enough at that too, you could get a bobblehead like Dr. Fauci's getting. Did you see that?
I know. I did. That's like the coolest thing.
Sean, that's the guy that we watched this morning.
Yeah,
on this.
he's good.
Yeah, he's
right
amazing.
to the point. He's real.
The United States top infectious disease specialist, Dr. Fauci, getting his own bobblehead, the creation from the National Bobblehead Hall of Fame and Museum. That's a thing? In Milwaukee, we can go to a museum just full of bobbleheads all over the place?
How fun would that be?
I'm nodding my head yes a lot. Yes.
I want to go. He's wearing a suit, and as he makes a motion showing how the nation needs to flatten the curve in the coronavirus pandemic, the museum in Milwaukee picked Fauci because many people see the plain-speaking expert on the coronavirus as a hero right now. He isn't trying to spin things. He isn't trying to make people happy and tell them what they want to hear. He's actually just telling them, how he sees it as an expert, and I know what really needed at this time. So Skylar said that the Bobblehead Museum plans to donate $5 from every fucking $25 bobblehead. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, they're not cheap.
Who's paying
didn't think they were
$25?
I was thinking they were $5, period.
Yeah, I'm not paying $25 for a bobblehead.
Those custom-made
Yeah.
ones are not cheap. Yeah, and I'm sure they're not doing like a massive production. I thought that actually, I mean, that's a cool thing, but I think they missed really the effectiveness of that bobblehead. What it should be is one of those like sound activated, and when
Every time you sneeze.
Trump starts to speak, the head only shakes back and forth. It doesn't go up and down. Because if you watch him during those press conferences, that's basically what he does. He kind of drops his head and just rocks it. He's like, no, but. And that's not a Trump thing at all. That's just saying that's. I think that would be.
like it.
I think that would be funny to have the head only shake back and forth and not go up and down.
Man,
now Josh's or Sean's would only go up and down and wouldn't even go back and forth, just up and down and up and down.
Can you imagine $25? Have you ever bought a bobblehead?
I bet you that's where they start, is $25. I bet you some of them are even more than that. I bet.
Yeah, it depends on how many you're having made. Because I had a client at one point in time, and they looked into having some made. I mean, you can get just a dozen made, and they're stupid amount of money, like $50-$60, or you can do several hundred. In this case, they're probably doing several thousand, but I don't think they're doing a huge run on it, and they're not real cheap. I mean, they're making a good profit at $20.
You have a
but
bobblehead supplier?
oh yeah, I think you asked for something like that when you were doing some of your projects.
Yeah, it seems like something I would do. I'd like to buy some
it does.
bobbleheads. Then the
I
other
think it was,
story-
would you like some coffee bobblehead?
bobbleheads.
Nice.
John says everything kind of fancy. Have you heard that since we started this? Like, how did you say petty cake?
Patty cake.
Petty cake, petty cake.
It's pat cake.
That's how you're supposed to say it.
Pat cake, you bastard. It's pat cake.
And then he says,
I didn't even realize it until I saw the actual nursery rhyme. I'm like, what does that say? Pat a cake? What is that? I thought it was patty cake.
patty
That's
cake.
cake.
And then he said,
Pat a cake.
bubblehead.
Bubblehead.
Anyways, Then another story that John had sent me is a guy in England